I know I'm really quiet. It's a slight little problem. I forgot all my audio equipment, so I'm using the microphone on my laptop, but recording myself with my little good recorder, so I'll sound okay in the end.
Oh, dear.
Rock on with your bad self.
So, kind of pretend I'm not here, and you guys start the show. 244, go.
Video Game Show episode number 244. I am Keith, and with us we also have Ivan, and even though he's not here, here's Chad as well.
Indeed.
I'm here, I'm just not going to be very talky because it's just hard.
You said you were here, but act like you're not here.
Well, you know, I'm here just to keep the show going.
Zing. So how's life in, you're in Albuquerque now, huh?
Yep, we're in Albuquerque now.
Hot?
It's about 100 degrees.
Oh, that noise.
Well, it's only 100 degrees in the middle of the day. At night, it's like 60. So it's a desert.
Oh, that's okay then.
Still, I wouldn't be walking outside during the... Not that I go outside during the day anyway.
And there's a lot of sun. Ton of sun.
Well, that's kind of how you get the 100-degree heat.
Exactly.
It's nuclear winter in Albuquerque. Okay, I mean, have you found a place yet or no?
We're staying in someone's garage apartment, and then we're taking over a sublet in about 6 days. And while we're in the sublet, we're going to try and figure out, you know, if we're going to try and buy a house or maybe stay on at the sublet for another few months.
And when does she actually start rocking the job?
Tuesday. Tuesday's her first day. But her first month, you know, for the residency, you do different things every month. Her first month's kind of easy. It's only like, you know, a normal 9 to 5 kind of job with maybe weekends. After that is when she starts doing the wards and has to get up 5 in the morning and stay till 7 at night, that kind of thing.
See, I just don't understand how that's good for anyone, especially a doctor.
Well, no, they used to work them like 20, 24 hours a day. Now there's laws which says you can't work more than 16 hours a day.
And generally speaking, that's good, because I wouldn't want the doctor looking at me who's been working that 23rd hour.
Dr. Sleepy Ass over there coming to give you an appendectomy and winds up removing your left leg.
Well, the reason they do that is because they find that when there's more personnel changes, like shift changes, more accidents start happening, more mistakes are made. So they kind of want to have continuity in care.
They found that there's more accidents in bringing in new, fresh people than keeping somebody there for 24 hours straight.
Fresh people who didn't know all the circumstances of the case.
Yeah, like what? The 8-year-old out in the lobby? Come on, Timmy, come work on Mom. She needs her gallbladder removed. No. Dr. Tim is tired.
When a patient's there and has all this care being given to him, and has all these lab tests and everything, and someone new comes on not knowing what happened in the past 4 hours and doesn't, know everything, they find more mistakes happen then.
So what you're telling me is this is a documentation issue?
Documentation, yeah.
With better documentation, that you wouldn't have to worry about what happened 4 hours ago in the last shift.
And that'll probably happen when more computer stuff takes over and there's more, electronic medical records. But for right now, it's still kind of transitionary period.
That seems so f***ed up.
Yeah, it does. I don't like that.
That doesn't give me a warm fuzzy with doctors.
Well, here's the one thing you should know. If you ever get sick around July 1, don't go to a hospital and wait. Because that's when all the residents start taking over from the new residents come in. And they find there's a lot of mistakes being made in around the new residents' time period.
That's why there's so many injuries on the 4th of July. It's because the new people don't know how to fix the shit.
It's not from the people blowing their hands off with M80s. It's from the stupid residents.
Well, it's because the residents don't know how to put the hand back on after they blow it up with the M80.
Exactly.
You're just like Johnny here with 3 left feet.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, interesting.
Yes, now I'm in Albuquerque, so if you have any listeners in Albuquerque, God help you. A lot of heat, a lot of sun, not a lot of water. It's an interesting place. Lots to see and do in the 100-degree heat. Yes, it's very hot.
Yeah, dude, see, I can't get behind that. I don't know exactly how hot it is today. I'd say about 75. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's bad for about 5 hours here. Then it gets nice. It gets nice and cool. And the nights are very cool. Not a lot of heat. And it's a dry heat, though. It's a dry heat.
Well, with not a lot of water, there wouldn't be a whole lot of humidity.
Yeah, see, to me, now, granted, I don't care what anybody says. 100 degrees is 100 degrees. Don't give me that. It's a dry heat, so it's not that bad. It's still 100 degrees. I don't care what anyone says. But you're not muggy. I mean, like, if you sit in the shade, you're in the shade. You're not sitting in the shade, sitting in your own sweat.
Yeah. We're still getting set up here. That's why my audio is not that great right now, because I have parts everywhere. So next week I'll be in a nicer place and all set up for everything.
Damn Skippy.
What have you guys been doing?
Whacking off.
Yeah, that.
No, you're not allowed, remember?
No, I can right now. I'm not allowed when she's ovulation week or whatever the hell.
During super happy fun time week.
Exactly. Beyond that, I can beat it till it falls off.
Wow.
Just got to make sure that there's not residents there so they can put it back on.
Yeah.
No, I've been playing Borderlands with Brian and some League of Legends, and that's about it, really, for me. I haven't been up to anything new in the gaming department.
I have played League of Legends, and I bought and tried, but haven't really played Mortal Kombat for the Xbox.
Mortal Kombat? Really?
Yeah. Mary and I are going to play.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but why do I have a feeling of seeing her, like, getting really mad as you're beating the shit out of her?
No. It's supposed to be, so I even asked Lano. Lano has played. I wanted to verify that it is more user-friendly than past versions. So it's not too button mashy, and it's not, up, down, A, B, left, back, down, back, forward, up, back, forward, down, down, forward, back, forward to do punch.
No, A is punch.
Well, you know what I mean. It's not, you don't have to memorize huge, long strings of buttons to actually be able to do anything.
The worst with that was Soul Calibur. Oh my god, some of those moves were insane.
Mm-hmm. And if you've ever played Mortal Kombats of the past, trying to do like fatalities and stuff, it was...
Yeah, they were impossible.
Yeah, you'd have to do it 15 times, and then on the 16th time, the guy just fell over because he got tired of waiting. I played it for maybe half an hour last night just to kind of to download the updates and try it out. And I tried a couple fatalities, and if you know what the sequence is, you only have to do it once. One time, and you'll get it. It's just a matter of remembering it.
Is there somewhere to look besides the internet? Because that was the one thing with Mortal Kombat was they never told you anywhere what the fatality was. You always had to just go look it up.
I don't remember. Unlike the first few, though, there is a moves list. So if you hit the pause button, there's an actual just moves list, and you bring that up, and it shows you all of the moves. I want to say it showed you one of the fatalities, but not the second.
All right, that's cool. At least they still give you something so that...
Yeah, it gives you the moves list for one, and the second one just has a bunch of question marks. But yeah, you can just go to any, just type in like Scorpion Fatality, and it, any one of them will give you the moves. And they're easy too. One of them is like down, down, forward, back, A. It's not some super long string of things either. It's like 4 or 5 buttons to do the fatalities, and they were super, super easy to pull off. Once I had it in front of me, I'm like, all right, down, down, back, forward, A, and they just did it, And there's no craziness with, so there's a close one and a far one, typically, and in the past it was always like if you were half a millimeter too far or too close, it wouldn't work, kind of thing. And it's just like you either have to be touching them or you have to be within, like a body length away and back, and anywhere else it will be fine. So it looks pretty cool. It should be fun.
How many dudes they got?
A bunch.
Or women. Well, I know that there are women, so how many characters do they have?
There's a bunch. There's a lot of the old ones, so obviously like Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Kano and
I always like Kano.
And Jax. Actually, I don't know if Kano's there, and I don't have it in front of me. I don't know if Kano's there or not. But there's a bunch of them, and all of the like hidden unlocked ones from before. So Reptile's in there, Noob Saibot is in there, and Smoke, Melina. There's probably there's at least 20 guys, I would say.
Right on.
And very few, if any, guys I've never heard of. There's a couple new ones. So there's a new downloadable content chick called Scarlet.
Wow, they're doing that with everything.
Yeah. She's pretty cool, though. I looked, I had 600 Microsoft points sitting there doing nothing, and she was 400, so I went ahead and bought her because she sounded cool. She does blood stuff. She's kind of like Vladimir on League of Legends. She gains health when she beats the crap out of guys and absorbs their blood. So, yeah.
I'm not a fan, though, of every game now having microtransactions attached to it.
Well, I agree with you as long as there's enough there that you don't have to spend money.
I know, but it honestly seems to me like, A, they don't have to they're not making the games all the way, or B, they're intentionally leaving things out to put on microtransactions.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I just don't, I'm not a fan. Because it just seems to me it's like, all right, we're going to get you for your $60, but now we're also going to try to get you for this extra $5.10 after you spend the $60 for this extra stuff. Now, I understand them doing it from their standpoint. I do. I mean, you're making extra money. Makes perfect sense. I just think it's taking advantage.
Well, I don't like the stuff that is, and they can tell. There's ways that you can tell when stuff is on the disc and you're paying to unlock stuff that's already shipped with the disc because it's like a certain file size or something like that. That's the kind of crap I don't like. Like 6 months from now, if they release a bunch of new maps and they develop them after the game was released kind of thing, that's fine, because it means that they're still putting some time and effort into the game. I don't like it when they ship a disc with, say, 20 maps on the disc, but they only have 10 unlocked, and then in 3 months they, say, hey, 5 new maps, and they're just unlocked from the disc. That's the kind of stuff I don't like, because like you said, I don't like it when I know that they're shipping incomplete games, knowing full well that they're going to try and charge you for it later.
Yeah.
And the maps I really don't like. Because in like Gears of War or whatever the hell it was, we were playing something. It's like, dude B didn't buy the map pack, so we can't play that map. If you're going to pay for something, it should be cosmetic or un-game altering. You shouldn't punish anybody because they don't want to spend money on it.
That's why League of Legends setup is very nice.
Indeed.
So Mary's into the fighters, or just this particular fighter?
I don't know. Well, not necessarily. We're going to try it and see if it's fun. I'm no good at them either, to tell you the truth.
I know that, even you were around for that era when we would go over Chris's house in Brunstucky and we would play the hell out of the fighters.
Yeah, I was never good at them, though. I was good at Mortal Kombat 1, but that was only because I played it for so long.
Yeah, we used to go up to the arcade and take all the drug dealers and sit there and beat all the drug dealers up. At the arcade, there was the guys that sold drugs outside. Chris was better than I was at the fighting games. But all the drug dealers would come in, after selling some pot to somebody and play Mortal Kombat. And Chris and I would just stand there all day and on our 1 quarter beat the hell out of them forever.
That's funny.
It's three. It's not 2D, right? You can roll around the guys and all that fun stuff.
No, it is 2D. That's kind of what. Yeah, I like it. So they're 3D rendered characters, but the fighting area.
You can't roll around him and then hit him in the back, kind of a thing.
No, you can't. It's like old school Mortal Kombat. If you want to hit them from behind, you have to flip over them or teleport, kind of thing, and do it that way. And I actually like it that way because it's not like Tekken 5 or whatever the hell they're on now. It's not the 3D kind of thing where it's literally a 3D space and you can move in 3 dimensions, including up and down through floors occasionally. They went back to old school 2D fighter. stuff, which I prefer. Makes it less complicated.
Huh.
And most of the moves that I saw, so the good moves, like the cool ones, like throw your double daggers for whatever, your ice, Sub-Zero's ice shooty thing, it's all nice and simple, like down, forward, A. There's, like I said, there's none of this 10-button combo thing to get the cool moves done. And then they have this bar. Another cool thing, they have a bar at the bottom that's got three sections. The first section, if you use, and it constantly fills up as you play. If you push two buttons, the two trigger buttons, when the first part of the bar is filled up, anytime within the first part of the bar, you do an enhanced move. So like Johnny Cage's teleport kick is an enhanced teleport kick, and it's more kicky. And after that, the second section is called the breaker section, and if somebody starts doing one of those annoying, 52 hit combos that you can't break out of and they kill you instantly, there's if it's within that section, you hit the two buttons, and as long as you get it within like the first or second hit, it'll break the combo and they can't.
Oh, that's cool. So it's no longer I can get you in a 100 hit combo where I just win, because that was the thing with with Soul Calibur, was once you got someone in, because we got to the point where we knew all the crazy combos. Once you got someone into your combo, that was it. That was the end of the game. Yep. Same thing with Magic. I remember Magic was always like that too. We'd play until the person got their combo out, and then we were like, and you got your combo, and I don't have mine, so next game.
Yeah. And then the third section is, it's called like the X-ray move, and it does a lot of damage. So if you're like totally getting the crap beat out of you, you can actually turn the game to your advantage by using this move, and it's essentially just like a super duper hitty move, but it turns the screen into slow motion, and you hit the guy a couple times, but it kind of does like whatever that was, that NFL game where it showed like, you get tackled and it showed the tendon.
Or what was that called?
Yeah.
Break something?
Yeah, that thing. So it does one of those. So like Johnny Cage will come up and punch him in the side of the head, and you can see like they zoom in, and it's super slow motion, and they do an X-ray thing, and you can see the skull, and you see the skull being fractured, and all the little lines show up, and then he punches him in the sternum, or like what did he do? He like hit him, like did an uppercut, and that fractures his head. He's up in the air, and then he jumps up and he punches him in the back, and you can see the ribs in the front of his chest like break forward because from the pressure being hit behind. So it looks kind of cool, but the point is that it does a lot of damage. So if you're playing against somebody who's a lot better than you, one, you can break out of the combos, and two, if you last long enough, you can do this X-ray move thing, and it does a significant amount of damage. They made it more, like I said, user-friendly for people who aren't very good or haven't played, and they've also made it so that it's easier if you're. They kind of tweaked the level difficulty without actually having to like go into. Some games have like bar settings, difficulty level kind of things, where like the guy who's really good has a lot less health kind of thing. They did it differently, but it looks like they did it in a kind of a cool way.
It's all right. Sounds like they rolled with it pretty good.
Yeah. So next week I'll let you know how it went.
With more than a half an hour of playing.
Yeah, and with playing with somebody else. Other than that, I do have to recommend Death Rally for like the iPad. It's super cool. It's a racing type game. It's like Mario Kart, kind of. It's top down instead of like third person, but you got guns and stuff. It's pretty cool. Upgrade your cars.
What the hell was the one game that Chris? I know Chris played it, but Chris played it very briefly. It was Auto Assault, I think the name of it was. I know it went out of business already. It was an MMO. Bob and I played it a lot. That was a fun game. That shouldn't have went out of business. That was a fun game.
I don't think I ever played that.
It was another one of those. It had no business being an MMO.
Yeah.
But it was an MMO, and because of that, it ended up failing.
And speaking of failed MMOs, this Thursday, Hellgate comes back.
Really?
Yeah, it's free to play now. There's a beta coming out. I believe it starts on Thursday.
For like the whole world or just Korea?
No, it is in Korea right now. It's coming to North America on Thursday.
And is it like the game that we all own, or is this a whole new game?
You know, I just went to the site, looked at it. It looks like the game we own, but it's just now free to play. And they said there are new modes. There's PvP and some other stuff. So find out this week when it comes out.
It's some other big MMO. I forget what it is now. Is going free to play.
I know Star Wars is closing. Star Wars Galaxies. That's going out of business. I played that when it first came out. And at the end of the year, that's the servers going down.
I'm wondering if part of that is because Old Republic is coming out and they don't want to have 2 Star Wars games.
Yeah, I think it's because of Knights of the Old Republic.
Champions Online is now free to play.
That's been free to play.
No, the other one.
Oh, City of Heroes? I think that's what it was. City of Heroes is going to be free to play now.
Oh, that's cool. City of Heroes is a fun game. As well, you played the shit out of it, Ivan. Bob and I played that oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles. But like most MMOs, if it's just you playing it, it's not.
Yeah, it's no fun by yourself.
It's really no fun by yourself. It's like sex. City of Heroes, MMOs are like sex. It's no fun by yourself.
Yeah, it's something to do when you've got nothing to do. But it's not as good as with somebody else.
Yes. The other one, Warhammer Online, I still say is a better game. It's the best MMO I've played. But, yeah, no fun by yourself.
Well, even League of Legends, I don't like playing alone anymore. Just because you get in a group with 4 other people and they're just either horrible or they're just annoying. And it's no fun either way.
Yeah, I just hop on now if I'm not doing anything, because I know someone will be on. But, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't do the random PvP, mainly because I can't stand people, but, you know.
And what they need to do is they need to upgrade some of the bots. Like, if you could do a full custom game with intermediate bots, that would be fun, because you can play by yourself with 9 bots, 4 bots on your team, and 5 bots on the enemy team. But they're all basic, and you can get...
You still just rock the holy shit out of them.
Yeah, you get 40 kills and 5 deaths or something like that, I mean, which is kind of fun, but, a game or two before it gets boring. But if they could upgrade the bots or something, that might be something that you could do. I don't know, I'm still sitting here waiting for Diablo, because I know Diablo is fun no matter how you play it.
Yeah, that'll be a hoot. I do hope Bob gets internet by the time that comes out. I doubt he will, but I'm looking forward to Diablo. And although I do got to say, because I keep looking at Warhammer 40,000 online, their site says nothing. Nothing. It's just like a little splash screen that says, it's Warhammer 40,000 online. And that's really all their site is.
But they haven't showed much of it yet, I don't think.
No, I know, exactly. And that's the part that I'm irritated with, because... You got to have something to add by now. You got to have something to show by this point in time.
But it's not even coming out till next year. I thought it was 2012, right?
I realize that, but if you're working on it, you still got to have something. It's okay. She's in the kitchen. That's good.
What?
I hear dishes clanking. Who's clanking dishes?
Mary's clanking dishes.
Okay. I was making a bad woman joke, saying she's...
Yeah, I know. I heard. She wasn't in the kitchen, though.
Oh.
She was just dropping dishes on the living room floor.
But I am interested in that game just because it's Warhammer 40,000. But, que sera.
Alrighty, I think we're hitting time, so... Any final words for episode 244?
Negative.
Not particularly, no.